Welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video, where in our first story, a Choosing Beggar neighbor says, if this art isn't the original, I don't want it. Let's jump right in. While I'm not a professional artist, I do commissions when asked. When I moved to my current house, I made a point to get to know the new neighbors. I invited them over pre-COVID and served snacks and stuff like that. One of the neighbors noticed a 3-piece canvas set that I did. I hung over the mantle and asked me about it. I told her I did it myself, and she started talking about how she needed something big like that for the same spot in her house. I let her know that if she wanted me to do it, I just charged for supplies and a little for time. She told me she'd contact me later, so we swapped numbers. That night, she texted me asking about a 36-inch wide panel for her mantle, and I quoted her about $300 for what she wanted. She told me that she'd think about it. A few days later, I met her kids while I was out on the porch working on some drawing. They sat next to me chatting about what I was doing. One of them specifically pointed out an older watercolor piece I did and said she loved it. I liked that one too, so it's one I got lots of full-size prints of to sell. So after they left, I went to get a print of that piece and wrote a nice little note on the back for the kids, then went to drop it off. The mom answered the door, and I told her that the kids loved this drawing, so I wanted to give this print to them. She took it from me and ran her fingers over it, then passed it back to me saying, "If it isn't the original, I don't want it. Can she have the original instead?" I was a little taken aback. I was offering a free print that her kids liked, and she was refusing it just because it wasn't the original piece. So I told her it was for her kids to enjoy, and it was a gift for them specifically. I found it shoved into the mailbox the next day, so no idea what happened there. Story number 2. A fresher wants a partner for a competition. I'm from India and currently pursuing a bachelor's in engineering from an India Institute of Technology, which basically is a top-tier school in the country. I want to keep this as anonymous as I can since it's the first time I'm posting. I'm currently in my 3rd year and I have been part of the college's music club for all of my time here. It would be fair to say that everyone here has mutual respect for me as a musician, especially as a vocalist, but also as a guitarist and as a music producer. I am also a part of the committee that plans competitions for the club throughout the year now. Due to the pandemic and everybody being home, we couldn't organize our usual band competitions, which usually consist of splitting the club members into 4 to 5 factions and battling it out for first place. So instead, we got creative and decided to have a duet competition online, in which any 2 people can make a duet video of them performing with no restrictions on type or genre or anything. Also, there isn't any limit as to how many teams a person can be part of. I took this opportunity to pair up with 4 of my fellow musicians to start working on 4 beautiful pieces. At least I think so. Now, we don't really get much time apart from our academics, so we try to do this very efficiently. It is general etiquette to share the workload, do your best, yada yada. Late one night, a first-year student, the choosing beggar of this story, texts me and asks, demands that I work with her on a piece too. Being someone who doesn't like to say no to people, I complied, knowing that I would have to work a bit harder in order to manage the deadline along with my academics. I asked them if they had some particular song in mind. Here's where things went 0 to 100 way too fast. Nothing comes to the top of my head. You suggest, please. Oh, okay. Well, I need to know how well you can play. They're a drummer, by the way, but a very average one at that. Sorry if I sound elitist. I have played this easy song and recently learned another fairly intermediate song, so I can do stuff that is advanced like this. I stay calm since I'm a very polite person, but I understood their level, and being a vocalist, I just wasn't able to see how they and I could possibly work on a very complex song. But before I could tell her that, she said, and I quote, "I want to collaborate with a singer, a guitarist, and a producer like you so that you can get me a podium. You can suggest anything worthy of the top 3 spots and I'll play it." What? Mind you that some of the best and the most elite members of the club were also collaborating, and never mind the fact that a top 3 position It's not something anyone can guarantee. What do you mean so that you can get me a podium? Basically, I want to do something innovative and amazing, and most of the other freshers are not very good at what they do. Okay. Where was this attitude coming from? I had no idea, but being the pushover I was, I just brushed over this remark and continued. Okay, a song that comes off the top of my head is a fairly nice acoustic song, and I can sing and play some backing acoustic guitar, and you can support me as a backing percussionist with a subtle beat. I thought it was a great idea, simple and sweet, but would definitely sound amazing. Also, it was one of my favorite songs, so win-win. Clearly, I was mistaken. No, I think this would be too easy and will probably be a waste of my time. Can you suggest something else for me? Something more electrifying and complicated? I was flabbergasted at the idea of them rejecting a potentially great performance because it was too easy for them, when she hasn't really proven herself to be an exceptional talent herself. Bruh, I was taking time out of my third-year academics to collab with you, and the least courtesy you could have is to be a little less rude. Although, again, being a compliant person, I didn't mention any of these thoughts to them. At this point, I suggested to her to team up with a person who was more suited to her skill set. She replied to ask me to direct her to an exceptional musician like herself. I scoffed to myself as I gave her the contact of another friend of mine skilled in rock guitar. I'm waiting so eagerly for their collab now. In story number 3, I never thought I'd actually meet one. So with the pandemic, my spouse and I are cleaning house, which means we are trying to sell a bunch of stuff that we don't want anymore, but that is still in good shape. For 9 months, we were doing pretty good. Some buyers ghosted us, some skipped the meeting, some tried to lowball us, but nothing like what you read here. Since reading the posts on here, we have taken to the Craigslist buyer's guide to see all the dirty tricks people try to use to get things cheaper when selling. We thought we were smarter than all that until I tried to sell my dive fins. Since moving to my home, I haven't had time to snorkel or dive, and my $300 dive fins with boots were just sitting in the garage, so I decided to sell them. I tried $120, no takers. $80, no takers. $60, finally someone wanted them. We arranged a meet. The cast is me and an old white Jamaican guy. You're here for the fins? Here they are. All the latches work, boots are size X. Here is where I had to repair them a while ago. They look good. Great. How much were these again? Red flag number 1. $60 and they're all yours. Oh, yeah. See, he brings the app. I've been looking at so many fins, I thought these were $20. Nope, $60. These are diving fins. That's why they have the boots and extra long flippers. You are showing me snorkel fins. They're not for me. I'm sending them to my friend in Jamaica. Red flag number 2. Great, you can have them for $60. I have $40. Red flag number 3. Well, they're $60. There is an ATM in the store here. I'll wait. I'll try to get some more money then. I'll message you later. Sure you will. Okay, bye. That whole exchange is straight from the Craigslist buyer's guide. Confuse the product with something of a lower price so the seller will sell it to you at that price. Number 2, bring less money than the asking price. Since you're already there, they will want to sell it. 3, claim it's for someone else and you are just a middleman. Flip these people. This is John from /bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.